Now you're probably thinking, I've seen this car before, and you'd be partially right. The Geometry A was released over a year ago in China, where it was widely adopted as a pure electric taxi. This, however, is a Geometry A Pro. So what exactly makes this car Pro? Well, Geometry, as a sub-brand of Geely Auto, always listens to customer feedback. So since the release of their car last year, they've updated it with a load of new features and functions. So the first and most obvious change you'll notice is the roof. Before it was a solid block cover with the rest of the car, and now it is black, which you probably agree gives it a more premium feeling. But the biggest difference on the Geometry A Pro is a difference you can't see. They've upgraded the battery. So the starting model has 430 kilometers of range, and it goes all the way up to 600 kilometers NEDC. That's a 70 kilowatt hour battery. So with this increased battery range, Geometry have actually managed to upgrade their batteries so they have a better performance. So these new batteries in the Geometry A Pro actually utilize 20% less space. The engine of the Geometry A Pro generates 150 kilowatts of power, around 310 Newton meters of torque. And with a 0 to 100 time of around 6.9 seconds, you're not going to win any drag races, but for nipping around the city and overtaking, it's definitely enough. The premise of the original design was to create the perfect vehicle for urban living and transportation. But now they've kind of freed the car from the city by giving it this extra range. So you can go on road trips, you can go out to neighboring cities, you can even go to the next province. While it does have some type of performance credentials, that's not the reason why I or why anyone would really like this car. It's a very calm and relaxing car to drive. It's named Geometry, so there's lots of geometrical lines all over the place in the interior, which you barely notice, which is probably how an interior should be, to be honest. Under the hood we have lots of tech and functions to support, including Bosch's most up-to-date ibooster technology, which in urban situations can increase the battery endurance by up to 30% through regeneration. And I haven't even told you the best part yet. The 430 kilometer version of this car starts at 120,000 yuan, and the 600 kilometer version starts at around 148,000 yuan. And that's around $23,000 for what I believe is a whole lot of car. Geometry has plans to export the A Pro later this year. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date with all the news.